Hello everybody, my name is Codex, the artist behind the speed arts and the graphics of the Color Code YouTube channel. So, recently I was going through a bit of a slump, as this video will explain only, but just as a preface to this little jargon around the story, after making this sort of recording, I decided to go back and actually try and break some barriers down. And what you see in the background is a rebrand for Get Recoded, Protein Graphics, and a brand new rebrand for Color Code. And I hope you enjoy listening to my story, but basically I want you to know that I'm breaking barriers and I'm trying to get back on the road as fast as I can. The rest will be explained in the video. You can just hear me rambling on. If you don't like it, that's fine, just mute it and then just watch the graphics go up. But with that, I'll let you go and enjoy listening to me again. Have fun. Hello everybody, my name is Codex, the creator and designer behind the graphics of the Color Code YouTube channel, and yeah, it's been 2 weeks, just joking, it's been 2 months, and I am sorry. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a story behind this. I'm gonna say I'm sorry. There's many reasons as to why I haven't been as active for like 2 months. I'm not even sure. By the time I upload this, it might even be 3 months. That's kind of embarrassing for me, but as a content creator, I think I need to admit my flaws and my mistakes and then try and figure out the best way through it. So let me explain what happened. First off, I can't excuse myself in any way. I can't say this was acceptable, this wasn't acceptable, because it's not. It's not. If I want to do this, frequently, and I want to do it as a hobby, the idea of a hobby is that you keep it up and keep it up. So what this video is doing, it's going to speak my mind to you. It's going to give you some context as to why I was away / doing other things. Have I been doing any work over my hiatus? Absolutely jack all. Actually, I did one piece, which I'll put on the screen right now. Didn't record it, but I was in a Skype call with someone, and we were just talking about it, and I really felt motivated to make this video. It's been like 2 weeks since I've talked to them about it, but I'm really motivated to do this now. So let's get into why I've been away. So as you all know, I decided to go on hiatus because I had got through about 20 odd requests. No, the hiatus was nice because currently at the time I had a full week of classes. On top of that, I had exams every single day. So this is where the stress started. So I thought, okay, I'll get ahead. I'll record like 3 episodes in my break, so covering the 3 weeks where I can just do nothing, and then basically going up to the exams, like before the exam period, I decided to record 2 more, so I'd have 5 weeks of hiatus and time to just regather, relax my energy, because after that exam period was done, I was scot-free to just do anything I wanted to. But unfortunately, studying required me to rip myself away from Photoshop. Now, let me explain this to you. I am addicted to Photoshop. When I was in Photoshop, I was in Photoshop. Nothing would move me. I was a rock. I moved for no one, and nothing moved me. That includes, unfortunately, my parents, who weren't the happiest with their, son wasting in inverted commas, because we all know it's going to lead to something nice, but wasting his life away, instead of studying hard for exams. And yes, I kind of regretted doing it, but I was addicted to it, so I had to tear myself away from Photoshop and constantly focus on study. And I studied really hard, and I got, good results at the end. And the hiatus itself was nice, so I announced that I was going to go on the hiatus. I had a few pieces to clean up while I was on my hiatus, but I did all of those. And then when I got back after the exam period, because I'd felt very successful, the plan worked well, get back into YouTube, I felt really exhausted and tired, so I just went to sleep that night. And then I woke up the next morning, and I was about to go on my computer and, check out Photoshop, because, I wanted to get back into it, but for some reason there was something that was preventing me from opening it. It's hard to explain. It's like an inner obstacle that was stopping me from clicking on that Photoshop icon and just having some fun. And then eventually, after about 3 days of this, I was just getting tired of this. I was like, no, this is it. I'm gonna open up Photoshop. And when I opened it, you know, it was all fine. And then when I tried to create a piece, it just didn't work. I was rusty and I was out of practice, and I don't understand how, because after like about a week of just not doing any Photoshop, I was back to like horrible standards. And you know, people had seen my work and they're like, oh, it looks really good, you know, and I just didn't feel sustained and filled like I used to. And I don't know whether that's a lack of success, which wouldn't make sense for many other reasons, especially with my YouTube channel, considering after 50 subs and after I've gone on my hiatus, we gained 24 subs, which is freaking amazing. Yeah, I just didn't feel sustained in the way I did. So, you know, I tried everything I could, but I just didn't feel motivated anymore. And, you know, then I tried to record. I forced myself to sit down and record files, and then for some reason the files, when I tried to upload them, were corrupted. So that wasn't fun. So I kind of like lost my faith in my laptop. And I just decided to, you know, I was angry with it, so I decided to just not do anything. And this sort of led into like a downward snowballing motion. At that time, I was gaining anxiety. I had a lack of self-confidence. And due to those two things, my quality of my work was going down. And it led to this ditch, this sort of slump. And I've just been stuck in this slump, and I've been trying to get out of it in a bunch of ways. I've been trying a bunch of strategy, and that's fantastic and all, but it just doesn't work. You can see who I am. My name is Codex. It's my alias, and this is who I am. I'm an artist that suffers from anxiety and lack of self-confidence, and I found a cure for that anxiety essentially in you guys, and the encouragement you gave me day in and day out. And for some reason, or rather, it's not been that you guys haven't been encouraging me, it's just the fact that I haven't been encouraging myself. I haven't been self-talking inside of me or giving myself the confidence I need to, and I've been trying to get out of the slump, but it's just not working. You know, I'm trying to work out of the slump, and I'm trying to do this, and basically this video will act as sort of like a mental note, so then that way you guys can see what's going on. You guys can, you know, disregard me, you can, you know, encourage me, do whatever you want, you can like, dislike my opinion, yada yada yada, so forth and so on. But this way will be a sort of way that I can say, hey, look, this is what's happening, and I want to get out as soon as possible. And if I see, you know, that people actually want to see the content, because I feel as though the content hasn't been going chewed as well when it has, but you know, I feel as though if I see people want to see certain things, and if I ask them certain questions and they come back in a personal response and say, hey, yes, we want this, 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 and this, and I feel like, alright, now I'm motivated because people want this, rather than just doing this thing that makes me happy, but not essentially making my subscribers happy. But enough about my bullcrapping about my problems, and you know, I can make a million excuses in the world, but at the same time it still does not change how unacceptable my behavior has been. So I'm trying to rewire myself, try and just go back to the core of the channel and the core of me, in a sense of what I want. So what would be a way to get commissions but also get myself motivated? Now, if there's one thing that gets most people motivated, it's money. It's money. But for me, it's different. I get motivated by deadline and punishment. Okay, now, sure, that may sound kinky at first, but I mean like actual inducing punishment. And I don't mean self-harm or nothing like that. Something that would embarrass me or something like that, or something that would push me down and tell me, hey, you got to do this better, otherwise this is going to happen. It's a threat, you know? So the thing that would work best for me is deadlines. Now I can set my own deadlines, but I'm not a very accountable person, so I need something to account me for. So what's a way in which I could do this? Well, my friend, my very good friend, told me that there was this thing called FIVERR, and I was like, what the hell is that? And it's like hooking up designers to commissioners, and then having one happy transaction, everyone going away happy. I've set up a FIVERR gig, Do I want anyone to commission me? Hell no. Do I need people to commission me? Yes, I really do. Because if I want to get out of this slump, I have to force myself to work. The deadline I've given myself is 29 days within the commission. If I manage to get to that deadline each time, 1, it'll build confidence in myself. 2, it'll force me to be, more disciplined. And 3, it'll build a better relationship and I'll get a better reputation on a different, social platform than YouTube. So that's the first thing. Second thing is commissions. Commissioning, oh boy. So for the longest time I had an idea for commissioning. I still have like a 3-page script in my room about what I was going to do. And I don't know if I'll open that yet. I think the idea is I'll go to FIVERR, then after that kind of dies down, if it's a success. If not, I'll just go straight to commissioning. And then that way I can motivate me with deadlines, money, whatever it may be. But that needs to get set up. That's a long time, but it does have, it's different than most commissions. It's almost, it can be a gamble. The third thing, like I mentioned before, is protein graphics. Now, I really want to start this. I really, really do. I just don't know where to start. So, protein graphics is Photoshop tutorials. You want it, just say so. You don't want it, sure. But, if you could give me an indication of what you would like to learn about. First episode will probably be like a basics of Photoshop, and then we'll work on from there. And then that brings me to Get Recoded. It'll probably be returning because it's like the only main series on my channel. If not, it'll get a season 2, new layout, new redesigned logo, probably a new intro because that one actually sucks ass. But hey, it's whatever. I think it's time close this down, this mental note. And if you've watched all the way to the end, wow, thank you. If you didn't watch all the way to the end, then that's fine. You probably aren't even hearing me say this, but if you did make it to the end, thank you for being so loyal, for being attentive, and to listening to my boring stories and excuses. And I don't know how long I'll be off for, but I want to get back on the road as soon as possible. But with that, it's time for me to let you go. You've listened to my rambling long enough. I don't have an outro, so let's just say this is where the outro kicks in.